Hello everyone, this is Tim Lucarelli with FX Addicts, and this is the weekly currency update. Today is March 9th, 2012, and we've had quite the volatile week this week in currencies. Right now, as we're coming into the close, the euro against the dollar is down 160 pips on the day. Yesterday we enjoyed quite the rally, up over 100 pips. And day before, a little bit of consolidation. Tuesday had a big down day, so quite the volatile week. All in all, we're ending the week quite a bit lower, and we're also setting ourselves up here for a continued sell-off. We look at the weeklies here, we can see how last week really retraced all of the previous week. We hit that upward trend line. We talked about that. And now this week we got a good continuation going here. And it looks like probably next week will be another down week. We're hitting some minor support right here. But overall, really looks like we're going to fall through and eventually get down to this lower trend line here, which would take us, depending on how long it takes to get there, probably somewhere down in the lower 20s, upper teens, 120s, upper teens, somewhere in that area. A little bit further out here, we can look at the monthlies, and we can see how this month now, just about 9 days into it, we're pretty much almost as far down as we were up last month. So all in all, not a very positive month. More than likely will probably exceed last month's lows and quite possibly even the previous month lows, December's lows, or January's lows rather. So looks very bearish short term as well as long term for the euro. Greece did get their debt settled, albeit not 100% favorably. They had to exercise some clauses in the contracts, in the bond contracts, but nonetheless, it happened. Now the news is out, everything is done, so the focus will turn to the European economy as well as the future of the other debt-ridden countries and what's going to happen there. So all in all, the euro is overvalued against the dollar as well as several other currencies, so there's a lot of potential here for it to sell off. British pound against the dollar giving up a lot also today, down 152 pips right now as we're coming into the close. And for the week, also down for the week. We're hitting very close to some support levels down here around 156.40 area. Really expect that to go right through there, probably Monday or Tuesday session. If we look at the weeklies, we can see how we had a rally up. We had a minor trend line here, and we bounced above it, really could not rally at all. And then last week we had this spike up here, this little hammer or whatever we want to call that, and we have since fallen off, and that's very bearish signal. So next week, really anticipate this market to get down to about the 154.50, 155 area, and then ultimately down to the lower trend line down around 152.50 area, 153. So longer term, if we look at the monthlies, we can see how we're already eclipsing last month's trading range, and we are very much looking to get down to this longer term trend line, which is around 153, 152.50. So longer term, we'll get down there. That will be really the third time that we've been down to that level, or that trend line. Really would expect it to break it this time through. We have this huge sell-off up here, and then this consolidation. More than likely, we're going to break out to the downside on this. So there could be a lot more selling pressure to the pound over time, especially against the dollar. U.S. dollar against the Swiss franc enjoying a very nice comeback day today, up 111 pips today, retracing all of yesterday's losses and putting us just about positive for the week, getting up into some resistance levels here, but longer term looks very strong. We look at the weeklies, minor trend line here. We are above it, have been above it all week. Looks very positive. Last week, really the turnaround week. This week continuing through, taking out those old highs from 2 weeks ago. So it looks very strong. Same on the monthlies. We had that spike low, rallied back up, fell back for a few months, a couple months here, and now it looks like we're going to move much higher. So probably up. The next stop will be at this trend line, which is around 103, 104 area, depending on how long it takes to get there. U.S. dollar against Japanese yen, also enjoying a very nice day today. The employment report this morning from the U.S. really thrust the dollar higher and allowed everyone to get back in on their long positions on the dollar. So very much longer term, the dollar is gaining strength, will continue to gain strength, and currencies like the yen and the Swiss franc will continue to lose against the dollar's strength. With the yen, we did break above the most recent highs here that we've set, and we did it very decisively. So there's a lot of power here, a lot of strength for the dollar against the yen. We look at it on a weekly basis now. This is our 5th week up in a row. Very strong movement here. Really looking for it to get up to about 85 before we have any type of meaningful correction. And then on the monthlies, very strong action there as well. Again, probably this month we'll end the month up around 85 area. That would be very, very strong. That would be 2 very strong months in a row, breaking out of this downward sloping triangle and breaking that downward trend line of 4+ years. So looks very, very positive longer term. Probably as time goes on, we'll meet or exceed these old levels up here around 120. Euro Swiss very flat today, up 1 whole pip, while the rest of the euro crosses were getting killed. The Euro Swiss maintaining because of the Swiss National Bank's pledge to really push down the Swiss franc longer term. So Euro Yen enjoying also a kind of slow day after yesterday's very large move higher. Today it's down 11 pips, so not being clobbered as much as the yen also being sold off internationally. So kind of a fight there between the two weaker gaining currencies and no real movement longer term. Weekly wise, we broke above this minor trend line. We've now traded up above that for 3 weeks. Longer term, though, really looks weak. We have a possibility we could run up here to about 113 area, 112, 113 to meet that upper trend line, and then probably fall off again. But all in all, a lot of damage done to the market here with this major sell-off in 3 months back in 2008, and then this continued downward trend here. So longer term, still very much bearish on it. We should get down into the upper 80s, lower 90s to find support from back here, and depending on what is going on at that particular point in time, there could be some maybe additional selling making new lows, or a consolidation for maybe a year or so until that market can recover. That is it for this week. So feel free to visit fxaddicts.com, or certainly feel free to get a hold of me at any time. I can be reached by email, Skype, or if you belong to FX Addicts, you can join into the chat room. I'm available there all day, every day. Also, we offer 7-day free subscriptions, so you can try us out if you'd like. Otherwise, have a good trading week, and we will talk to you next week. Thank you.